Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Shante for those that don't know. So I wanted to do like a couple videos, a series, depends how long these videos are, on how I became a New York State attorney, being from the United Kingdom, London. So yes, I am from London. I'm not from the US. I've never lived in the US. I did not go to a US college. I did not go to a US law school. So how did I do it? So most people specifically talk about the bar exam because it is a very hard exam to pass. However, people do not talk about their eligibility requirements for your foreign qualifications. They don't talk about the other exams because there's more than one exam, guys. And then they don't talk about the requirements to actually be admitted as a New York State attorney, which I think are extremely important. Because you could do the bar exam, you can pass the bar exam, you can pass all the exams, and if you do not meet the criteria, you are not being admitted as an attorney. Simple as that, guys. So I want to do a couple of videos on basically the whole process from beginning to end because I've done it. It's going to be specifically for New York. I cannot speak on other states, and it's going to be specifically if you are foreign, individual. So if you do not live in the US, you've never gone to a US law school or US college, this is going to be for you. So if you want to know a little bit more, continue to watch. Okay guys, so this video is all about your foreign qualifications. So not everybody can sit the New York bar based on your legal education. So I have my phone and my notes, so I'm going to go through the criteria as a foreign law school study. I believe there are 4 requirements that you have to meet. It's not a or situation, it's an and. You have got to meet all 4. So let's get started. The first thing I will say is that if you are in doubt about your foreign qualifications, submit your documents. Do not book a bar course, do not pay for a bar course without first submitting your qualifications. Now, if I can remember correctly, when I submitted my foreign qualifications, I believe it took 2 weeks for them to come back and say it was all good. However, it can take longer depending how busy they are, and if your qualifications do not meet the requirements, they may ask for additional information. They may ask you to cure any deficiencies, which I will talk about. So leave enough time. For me personally, I'm not booking anything until they tell me I can sit the exam. That's just me personally, guys. So, the foreign law school study. Successful completion of a program of study at a law school outside of the United States that is both durationally and substantively equivalent to a program of study at an approved law school in the United States, and if required, successful completion of an additional program of study at an approved law school in the United States. One thing I will say before I continue is it does not matter what your country or qualification says about your law degree. This is the US. If the US say no, it does not matter if the UK say yes. It then says if you need to cure any deficiencies in your foreign legal education by completing a master's degree at an approved law school in the US, you must seek an advanced evaluation of eligibility from the board. And they do tell you because of the volume of these applications, their complexity, and the frequent need to communicate with these applicants and request more information, it can take up to 6 months from the date of receipt. So give yourself enough time if you are in doubt or you have to cure any deficiencies. I'm just going to read a synopsis of the requirements under the rules. I'm going to leave everything in the description box because the rules are a lot, guys, and it goes into a lot of detail about your qualifications, etc. This is just basically a snippet of everything. So most applicants will be applying under the provision I'm reading, which is rule 520.6 B1. There are 4 major eligibility requirements, and as I said, it's not an or situation. It's not you meet 1, you're okay. You've got to meet all 4. The first one is it has got to be a qualifying degree. The foreign educated applicant must have fulfilled the educational requirements for admission to the practice of law in a foreign country other than the United States. The applicant must have a qualifying degree, which must be a degree in law. Accreditation. The qualifying degree must be from a law school or schools recognized by a competent accrediting agency of the government of the foreign country and must be deemed qualified and approved. So durational equivalence. The applicant's period of law study must be successfully completed. The program of study must also be substantially equivalent in duration to a full-time or part-time program required at a law school in the United States approved by the American Bar Association, ABA for short, and in substantial compliance with the following. 83 credit hours in law courses must be required for graduation. At least 64 of the 83 credit hours must be earned by attendance in regularly scheduled classroom courses at the law school. A minimum of 700 minutes in instruction time, exclusive of examination time, must be required for the granting of 1 credit. No credit shall be permitted for distant education courses, online courses, correspondence courses, or coursework offered on digital format or other media. If you don't have a full 3-year law degree, double check with the board. If your degree is law with another subject, double check because you might not meet the requirements. The fourth requirement is substantial equivalence. The foreign country's jurisprudence must be based upon the principles of the English common law, and the program and course of law study successfully completed by the applicant must be the substantial equivalent of the legal education provided by an ABA-approved law school in the United States. So that is the 4 requirements. Now, I'm going to give you an example of how strict, it's not even it is an example, but it's a very example. It's their note of how strict they are when it comes to your foreign legal qualifications. And this is all from the website, guys, and will be in the description box. So applicants from English common law jurisdictions who followed the conversion routes by completing the graduate diploma in law, a GDL, and the legal practice course LPC for solicitors or the bar vocational course for barristers must qualify under Court Rule 520.6. So remember when I told you it has to be a qualifying law degree? In the UK specifically, I cannot talk about other countries. If you do not have a law degree, let's say for example you have a history degree, you can do a conversion course. According to the New York State Board, you have got to qualify under Court Rules 520.6. Applicants who followed this course of study do not satisfy the durational and substantive requirements under Court Rule 520.6b1, which is what I've just read to you guys. The fact that a foreign law school may combine the GDL and LPC and call it an LLB does not change how the applicant's eligibility is viewed by the board, and such applicants must comply with the requirements in Court Rule 520.6. Remember what I said, guys. Just because in your country you meet the qualifications does not mean it's going to be accepted by the US. And pursuant to Court Rule 520.6b2, the applicant must provide proof that their combined law study and training contract, i.e. article, satisfies the durational equivalency requirements. The applicant must also furnish proof of admission in the foreign jurisdiction and proof of having successfully completed an LLM or Masters of Laws degree program at an approved law school in the United States pursuant to the cure provision. Alright? They're not all, they're and. Just bear that in mind, guys. But I don't think a lot of people actually talk about the eligibility requirements to actually sit the bar exam. Like I've just read, not everyone is eligible to sit the bar exam. So what we don't want people doing is thinking they're eligible, paying for a bar course and then submitting their qualifications and then realizing I'm not eligible. That is the first video that I have for you guys. I just wanted to make it very clear that there are requirements. I keep repeating myself, but I just really want to make it clear because I don't think a lot of people actually talk about the fact that, a lot of people can't sit the bar exam. So check your eligibility requirements before booking any course, guides. So yes, that's the first video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, everything, all the links, all the rules, everything are in the description box, so please look further into it, do your own research, and if in doubt, call the state board, email the state board, or you know, just submit your documents and see what they say before you book any courses and pay a huge amount of money. So guys, yes, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.